All right, hey, I'm Kat, and you are either on kittycatskerfuffle.tumblr.com, and you are a follower and or observer, or you are a random YouTube goer who has way too much time on their hands and found this on Kerfluffy. Either way, I'm glad you're here, and if you didn't get the memo, I'm starting a YouTube channel. It'll be Kerfluffy, Kerfluffy, because kerfluffy, cats are fluffy, and cats cause kerfuffle, right? Great vocab. Anyway, I'm Kat, and I think I already said that, but we're just gonna reiterate in case you're one of those people who forgets the person's name about 3 minutes in, or 30 seconds. Today I'm going to talk about things that children shouldn't be expected to understand. Because as a kid, I had kind of a wild imagination. So when people said these common yet sort of nonsensical idioms or cliches, I didn't really grasp them. The first one, well, as a very, very theater involved or theatrically involved person, I heard this one a lot. There are no small parts, only small actors. Now, now I realize that it means if you're in a show, you should be doing a lot more than just your lines on stage. You should be a big part of the show. So it's not that your part is small, it's that if you are not doing that, you are considered a small actor, small-minded, stuff like that. I didn't get that. I always thought it was kind of an insult, because there are no small parts, only small actors. If you have what you consider a small part, that's a lie. It's not a small part, it's just that you're a small actor. You don't mean a lot. You're not big time. It's like, it's not the part, it's the actor. I thought that was just the meanest thing you could ever say to somebody. Like the script, just sitting up and going, it's not me, it's you. And like whenever I thought of that, I thought of the door slammer in TV shows and movies when the main characters are going around and they're going door to door and they're getting slammed in the face. Like, they probably have like a special stagehand or something to do that now. Like, I realize that now, but I always thought like somebody would go to that audition and be like, I want this part, and they'll be like, that's great, but you're gonna be the door slammer. And it's like, that's not a small part. And when they received that part, they'd be like, yes, that's so great. It's not small at all. I've been training my entire life to slam doors. I always felt a little bit bad for them. And that's the culmination of that one. The next is single mother. I don't know if any of you ever had trouble with this phrase, but whenever someone told me that someone was a single mother, I thought it was a bit odd because, of course, when I was younger, I didn't think that single meant not seeing anyone. I thought single meant singular, one, single mother. And they'd be like, I'm a single mom. What? That's great. I'm glad you're not multiple moms. Actually, it would have been kind of cool to be like a Franken mom, but also a little bit disturbing. It's like, I'm a single mother. Oh, well, I wish you were more than single. So that always weirded me out a little bit. I'm a single mom. I'm a multi-mom. What now? But yeah, that was that phrase. I'm not sure if any of you ever had trouble with that. But this last one is like triply confusing, especially for me, because again, I don't really think things through when I decide what they mean. Barking up the wrong tree. Now, if you look at this in the normal sense, like a dog barking up a tree at a squirrel or anything that twitched, really, think about it for a second. The typical domestic dog, if they're barking up a tree, is there really any sense to that in the first place? I mean, is there a right tree to be barking up? I mean, we'll probably bark up all the trees eventually if you think about typical domestic dogs. You can't be like, should I bark up this tree or is that wrong? Should I bark up that tree? I'm going to bark up that one because that is the correct tree. No. But also, secondly, when I was a kid, I was very proud of myself because I knew that the brown flaky stuff on the outside of trees was called tree bark. And then whenever someone said barking up the wrong tree, I thought that people put the bark on the trees. So they would be like, look at me, I'm just putting this bark on this tree. And then if you were barking up the wrong one, you were putting the wrong bark on the wrong tree. So it's like, oh no, oh no, no, no. That bark does not go on that tree. That bark goes on this tree. You're barking up the wrong tree there. You know, maybe there were small people who got to do tree barking because they had big parts but small actors. Anyway, the last and final phrase with that one, think about it. Bark, when you first, bark is a noise because dogs bark. But then again, trees have bark along with, so can trees bark up each other? Like people chatting up someone else. Like I'm at a bar, I'm with a girl, I'm with a guy. You could be with whoever you want, I don't care. But I'm chatting up somebody. Maybe the trees are barking up each other. You know, it's a possibility. But that is why those phrases were particularly confusing for me, and I expect that some children out there might feel the same way. And that is the conclusion of things you shouldn't expect small children to understand. Because odds are, unless they're a lot more awesome than I am, they're not gonna get it. Also, just a quick note before I get out. I do have a Skype. It is Cat Marshall, cat with a C. And then I have a Facebook that is Cat Marshall, cat with a K. So if you guys want to send me questions, requests, or anything, you can do it on Tumblr, you can do it on YouTube, you can do it on Skype, or you can do it on Facebook. I'm pretty much everywhere. I'm kind of one of those internet junkies. But anyway, I'm glad you're here, glad you're watching, and I will hopefully see you again. No, hopefully you'll see me again. Love you.